all of these companies have in common? Anybody want to yell out an answer? Yeah. Online. Yeah, they're all online, certainly. If we take a look at a few of them, I think what we can say is that what all of these companies are doing is they're changing us, little by little, slowly but surely. They're changing how we get information. They're changing our behaviors. They're changing our expectations. They are changing us. If we look at Zappos is changing our expectations about customer service. If we look at Eventbrite or PlanCast, it's changing how we organize these events, how we get together. If we look at the iPad, look at how many people have an iPad in the room. How? Probably a lot of us are waiting for the next, for our next one. With the iPad, my husband and I, when we cook, well, when he cooks, let's be honest. When's the last time we brought out a cookbook? We have the iPad sitting right there with our recipe. And the greatest thing is we pulled it up before and told us what to get at the market before we actually even got home for that recipe. So all of these things, what they're doing is they're changing us. And what that means is it means our worlds are changing as we've known it. What's happening is these companies, the web, cloud technology, social media technology, all of this is changing us and transforming us as consumers into now what we call digital consumers. Our clients are digital consumers. What that means is the way we think and act and shop and buy and transact and socialize, it's all becoming digital. And that is, again, it's changing what we've known, who we've been, and how we've acted. I'm Christina Wise. Jeff had mentioned I'm the broker owner of the Good Life team in Austin, Texas. And I have been in real estate for 15 years. I sold real estate for 12 to 15 with a big box brokerage, and I left that brokerage 3 years ago to start my own firm. The Good Life team is, well, it's been described as a high-tech boutique brokerage in Austin. And we have gone from nobody knowing who we were 3 years ago because we're brand new, to again, in 3 short years, we're highly known in Austin, Texas. And what I find even more amazing and humbling every day is how we're known on a national level. It's shocking. And what I can tell you, because I know this for a fact, that there's no way ever would it have been possible to do what we've done in 3 years without embracing technology, without embracing the changes and changing our paradigms and the way I thought of real estate, because it's all I've ever known is one way of doing it for 12 years of my career. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to step into Jetson's Realty. What does real estate brokerage look like to us in the future? I'm going to break it down into 5 planes. And these 5 planes are 5 ways of what I see is happening to our industry today and what it means for us sitting in this room tomorrow. Not everyone may agree with these planes, which is completely okay. It certainly opens up for a lot of great conversation. All I can say is these claims I believe to be true, and as a result, what I'm doing with the Good Life team is all based around what I'm about to talk about. So what we're going to spend the next 45 minutes talking about are these 5 claims. First, the real estate industry is not immune to the fundamental shift in consumer expectations. Second, the real estate industry is in a value crisis.
Oh, yeah.
3, today the consumer's number 1. So those days, the glory days, the mega agent, rock star, superstar, they're kind of coming to an end. We'll spend most of our time talking about this morning, and the real estate game, I think, has moved to a And the hardest one for us to digest, and not, that I posed as a question actually, is based on things that are changing, what we'll be talking about today. Is this all becoming too big for us to be acting all of them? I don't know. Let's jump into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the real estate industry is not immune to the changes that are happening. And for me, I don't know if you agree, but I still don't see the industry at large embracing and preparing for it and innovating and making changes and being the leader on the edge of the change that are happening. When I look at a company like Blockbuster, what's happened to Blockbuster? Do y'all remember Blockbuster? Do you remember standing in line? Do you remember going aisle to aisle to aisle? Did you spend as much time at Blockbuster as I did? And then you finally find a movie and then that one was sold out. And the whole had to drop it off on the way back, on the way to work. And did anybody else pay a bundle in fines because you just never quite got the movie back in time? I paid more in fines than I ever paid for the rentals. Those were the days. Big bricks and mortar buildings. That's what we knew at the time. But then and Blockbuster owned it. They owned it. Did anybody go really anywhere else other than Blockbuster? And would we ever thought all those huge bricks and mortar retail centers and furnishings across the country? Did we ever think that just like that they would be gone? What happened to Blockbuster? Why are they gone? Who replaced Blockbuster? How many of us use Netflix? Look at the hand. When's the last time anybody went to Blockbuster? So all I'm looking at here is I wanted to put word out to the industry at large, the big brokerages, all the small brokerages, we as agents, all of us to say we are not immune to the change. We are not too big to fail. We as real estate agents, yes, will be needed in the transaction, but how? And how will the consumer value us? And how will we get paid? What are we doing to innovate? Now, the great news is that there's 800 people in this room that are ready to answer that question, or already starting to. But as an industry, we have to start to embrace the changes that are coming and to be on the leadership side of that versus being at the mercy of it. What's happening, the reason why we're not immune, is the digital world is changing every aspect of our lives. Let's take a moment, look into the future.
Can't see the video. Not focusing. Bear back, fixing the focus.